Echo 61 Tango, Roger, over.
Oh, got it! Woohoo!
For some reason, that video never gets old. It's been years, and the government still won't tell us the truth about this video. It's a Navy fighter jet that spotted a UFO. And it's not us saying that the government won't tell us the truth. Members of Congress want answers. They want more from a Pentagon refusing to say much about those who have visited us in these videos. This map shows 6 separate incidents of unidentified and unknown flying objects detected by the U.S. military dating all the way back to 2004. A number of the UFOs were tracked or seen by multiple ships and or radar, and as you saw, captured on video. Congressman Tim Burchett, Republican of Tennessee, who's passionate about this issue, joins us now. Big picture, does the Pentagon know more than they're saying?
100%. 100%. And Leland, you had George Will on earlier. He said it's in our country's DNA not to trust the government. And this is another example why. These are Navy pilots. These are the top pilots in the world. And they didn't leak it, but somebody else leaked it. And for the longest time, they said it didn't exist. And now that they've come forward with these tapes, there's so many of them out there that show, they're flying into the water, under the water, in the air, like this, what we're seeing right now on the screen. There's just so much out there, and we need to get to, we need to start addressing it, because if these, whatever they are, have control of the air like that, it's a national defense issue for us, and so that's probably a meteor right there, but it's still pretty compelling. Somebody needs to start asking questions.
You think about this. There's three answers here, right, of all this stuff, or maybe multiple answers. But for each object, there's one of 3 answers. Either A, it's a U.S. government project that's top secret, and we don't want anyone to know about it, and they're testing it out on our own military. 2, it's a foreign military that's testing their newest and latest technology on our military. Or 3, it is something from out of this world. Which one of those 3 is most plausible?
To me, it's the third. If it was ours, we could end all conflicts, because we would have the strongest air power ever. 2, if it was the Russians or the Chinese, I mean, honestly, Putin, he would land one of those things on the White House lawn and ride a unicorn out and wrestle Joe Biden. So the reality is it's 3. I mean, there's historical references to this. If you read your Bible, first chapter of Ezekiel pretty much describes a UFO landing. And historically, we've seen it through the Dark Ages, through paintings. There's hieroglyphics on walls and caves. There's all kinds of things.
Okay, so play this out for me, though. If it is from out of this world, why don't they land on the south lawn of the White House and walk out and introduce themselves? They probably even wouldn't have to dress up like a unicorn. They look like unicorns.
Well, why would they? I mean, I don't know the answer to that. I honestly don't. If Billy Graham, I think, was quoted as saying, if you think that we're the best that God can do, then you greatly underestimate God. Because there's, infinity is a long way out there.
Yeah.
If you look at the stars, and you're looking at stars, literally, just to put it in perspective, stars we see now, the light we see, left that celestial being before the time of Christ, and some of them are not even in existence anymore. But we're seeing that light. So you're talking the vastness of space.
You're an expert on this, so I understand your skepticism of what the government is telling us, and you're right. Throughout time, the skepticism of the government has proved America well. They're not moving fast enough, not doing enough, not sharing enough, Marco Rubio.
Correct.
Bipartisan agreement. The DOD needs to take this issue much more seriously and get it in motion. That's from Senator Gillibrand. Is it that they're not moving fast enough, or that they're not declassifying things fast enough? Because those seem like 2 different issues.
Well, they don't want to. They don't. I don't trust the government.
Why wouldn't they? Why? Well, I'm confused. This is about both administrations from both parties. I don't get it.
I think there's an arrogance in government at that level that we cannot handle what's going on out there, and I just think it's a bogus cover up. It doesn't fit, and it's about power and it's about control. Imagine if if we decided that there was something out there like you're seeing right there that comes from another galaxy or what have you. immediately our focus would stop being on fighting each other, but looking at this. And I think it puts honestly, it puts a lot of people out of business. The military-industrial complex is real, and we need to address it.
If I'm the military-industrial complex, I would love nothing more than for UFOs to be real, because now I've got a whole new business fighting UFOs, don't I?
Well, you've got to sell the American public on it, but you've also, it does away with any of our conflicts overseas or anything else. It unifies the world. I just don't think they're in the business. I think we're giving them too much credit, and they're arrogant. And we're asking the Pentagon to investigate something that they covered up. My daddy he was an old educator, and he was a dean at University of Tennessee, and he said, we always bring in and pay the people to fix the problem that created the problem. So now we're sending more money to the Pentagon to investigate something that they've been keeping a lid on for decades.
So how do we figure out the truth, Congressman?
We take the shackles off. We put pressure on the Pentagon and funding and everything else, and say, enough is enough. Bring forth what you got, and let the American public decide. I trust the American public. I don't.
So you want them to just release everything and then
release it all?
What's really the chance of it happening?
I'd say 0 to none, because it's an arrogant bunch of people that run this world and run this country. The ones that are always in power, regardless of who's in the White House, the Pentagon. That it's not a tinfoil hat thing anymore. I mean, you've got Navy pilots saying, "Look at this," and they're describing something that is that has been described for decades, since Roswell, New Mexico, and to the Russians, the Chinese. We have information that they have seen these very same things, and they are investigating them just like we are. And so it's at a little higher level than I believe we're being told. The government is part of the cover up, and they're not going to disclose it to us because they don't trust us with having enough sense to diagnose it. It's very frustrating.
And fascinating, too. Congressman, I don't think I have ever had a more honest interview on any topic with a member before this one. This is wonderful. As this goes on, make sure you come back and talk to us about it, all right, and what you find and in the ins and outs, all right?
Well, I'd love to tell you what I already know right now, Leland, but I can't.
Well,
but hopefully at some point I can.
We'll read between the lines till then. Good to see you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.